It's time for segment number 2 of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with local rock star realtor Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Now, I know you've been chomping at the bit. You can't wait to get to it. We got to get to some stats.
Okay, the stats are ready to be released, and we are releasing them today. They just came out actually a couple days ago. So the highlight, listen to this: March shatters monthly sales and new listing records in the Fraser Valley. I mean, listing records. Now, that is what we were looking for. That is what all buyers were looking for, and that's what everyone was looking for was more listings to the market. And typically in April, you actually do have, a rise in listings. But I think the starting of the vaccination starting to roll out is also kind of making sellers a little bit more comfortable in listing their properties. But okay, listen to what the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board has said. So the Fraser Valley Real Estate hit 2 historically highs in March. So again, it was setting records for both sales and new listings processed in the month, and since 1921. I mean, that's amazing. In March, the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board processed 3,329 residential and commercial sales. That's an increase of 131% compared to March of last year and 18% more than February. Larry Anderson is our new president for this year, and he says regarding the stats, this market is uncharted territory for Fraser Valley Real Estate. The surprising strength of the economy, the influence of the pandemic, and a lack of inventory of all property types has created unprecedented demand for housing in our region. It is very stressful for buyers. Realtors are working hard to guide them through what has become just a really protracted, powerful seller's market. As we continue to help our clients grapple with escalating prices and multiple offers, March did bring some good news. It set a record for volume of new listings received, improving selection. So the board received 5,087 new listings in March. That's an increase of 91% compared to March of last year and 56% more than were processed in February. Across Fraser Valley in March, the average number of days for a single-family detached home to sell was 15 days, and a townhouse was 14 days, and a condo took an average 31 days to sell. So benchmark prices for single-family detached homes across the Fraser Valley was $1,237,900. That's an increase of 6.4% compared to February and increase of 25.3% compared to March of last year. Townhouses are at a benchmark price of $624,500, and that's an increase of 4% compared to February and an increase of 13.7% compared to last year. Condos are benchmark priced at $465,400, and that's an increase of 3.2% compared to February, and an increase of 6.5% compared to March of last year. And so now we'll dive into the municipalities. So where do you live and what's happening? And if you're about to sell or want to sell, where are you buying and what's happening there if you're buying in the Fraser Valley? So Abbotsford, okay, so benchmark price for detached homes are currently at $1,068,300, and that is a 29.7% increase year over year and 8% increase month over month. Townhouses are at $515,000, and that's an increase of 12.8% year over year and 2.6% month over month. Condos are at $354,600, an increase of 10.5% year over year and 5.6% month over month. Mission benchmark price for detached homes are $887,500. A big whopping 31.2% increase from last year and 7.9% increase from the month before. Townhouses in Mission are at $503,000. That's an increase of 10.3% from last year and 1.6% month over month. Condos are at $389,800. That's an increase of 13.7% year over year and 4.6% month over month. So far, everything's still up and up. White Rock benchmark price for detached homes are at $1 million. 625,000. That's an increase of 23.1% from last year and 5.1% from the month before. And townhouses are at 744,300, an increase of 16.3% of last year and 3% from the month before. And condos are at 531,500, an increase of 9.7% from last year, and yes, an increase of 3.7% from the month before. Langley detached benchmark prices are at $1,279,600, an increase of 24.6% from last year, and an increase of 5.7% from the month before. Townhouses, $635,500. 13.2% increase year over year and 3.9% increase month over month. And Langley condos, $434,000. That is an increase of 7.7% from last year and an increase of 4.5% from the month before. Delta benchmark detached prices are $1,134,000. That's an increase of 21.8% from last year and 6.1% from the month before. Townhouses at $813,700, 9.2% increase from last year and 3.6% increase from months before. Condos, $400,900, increase of 2.9% from last year and 0.9% from the month before. And lastly, the big city of Surrey. Detached benchmark home prices are at $1,336,700. That is an increase of 23.7% from last year and 6% from the month before. Townhouses are $652,300, increase of 14.3% from last year, and yes, an increase of 4.5% from the month before. Condos are $426,200, an increase of 5.9% from last year and 2.3% from the month before. And that is your Fraser Valley real estate statistics brought to you by the Cummins Real Estate Group here on Country 107.1 FM.